Hello? Hi. Good evening, everybody. My name is Melody. I'm the Operations Manager for Miami. I'd like to welcome you guys all here. Today's performance is going to be a very special collaboration titled Unnoted Notes, choreo poem performance by Stockholm-based artist Paula Urbano, sound artist Tom Watkins, and Miami's own Liz Ferrer. Tonight's performance is going to be a collaboration, and I want to truly thank the Art Center and Susan Caraballo for their participation and involvement in this. And also, Tom is going to be selling some of his albums and CDs after the performance. So I welcome you all to Unnoted Notes. Thank you.
Forgive that I never learned. Forgive that I heard wrong. Forgive me for not feeling. Forgive me for being strong. Forgive me for feeling everything. Forgive me for stunning you. Forgive me for stunning myself. Forgive me for changing. Forgive me for being afraid. Forgive me for wanting to play. Forgive me for scaring you. Forgive me for being brave. Forgive me for forgetting. Forgive me for being sensitive. Forgive me for being shy. Forgive me for taking much space. Forgive me for being quiet. Forgive me for screaming. Forgive that I need to whisper. Forgive that I get affected. Forgive me for letting me be affected. Forgive me for adapting. Forgive me for refusing to. Forgive me for being stubborn. Forgive me for giving in. Forgive me for not sharing my opinion. Forgive me for saying it anyway. Forgive me for wanting it too much. Forgive me for not caring. Forgive me for being oppressed. Forgive that I oppress myself. Forgive me for grieving. Forgive that it goes out on you. Forgive that I keep it inside me. Forgive me for being confused. Forgive that I have control. Forgive that I lost it. Forgive me for not being whole. Forgive me for wanting to take care of you. Forgive me for not doing it. Forgive me for keep saying no. Forgive me for sometimes saying yes. Forgive me for provoking you. Forgive me that I don't notice it. Forgive me for not trying. Forgive me for being lazy. Forgive me for being manic. Forgive me for doing it wholeheartedly. Forgive me for giving in. Forgive me for letting believe. Forgive me for telling the truth. Forgive my silence. Forgive me for leaving you in the silence. Forgive that I don't understand. Forgive that I misinterpret. Forgive me for understanding too much. Forgive me for knowing. Forgive me for loving. Forgive that I stand before you naked. Forgive that I stand before you naked. I would just like to say something about this text. The first two lines about forgive me for believing I am someone and forgive me for being it. In America, that is not something to be ashamed of, but I live and work in Sweden, and Sweden is a wonderful country, but it does not consist of only blonde girls in bikinis. It is also consists of bodies and people that look like me. I'm born in Sweden, so I consider myself a Swedish person. But there is something in Sweden called the law of Jante, Jantelagen. And the law of Jante's the first two lines are like, you shall not believe that you are someone. And to be an artist, and to be bilingual, and to be Paula Urbano is to be someone. So sometimes that you're not like everyone else becomes unbearable, and this text is written in one of those moments. So I would like to thank you for bearing with me tonight. Thank you.